it turns into the punitive in itself. So it's but that's where the magic's at. Because I
But
found that
when you
me being a oh sorry
like all life is working together. It's not like
yes
we can look at it as being just us. But okay, if all as one thing, the opposite position so it can play its part, right?
correct yes
So
yeah
if you're
yeah there's
being the humble person, a person out there that's just a fucking carnivore is waiting for that vegetarian to be a vegetarian so it can come and devour it.
yes yeah which is another thing is this yes yeah which is another thing is this that it's an antheodromia I mentioned this last time is the reversal of the opposites. It's like Evil Dead
Yeah,
in a quick form. It's like Evil Dead
yeah.
in a quick form. Evil Dead when the person's going, "Hi, hi, husband," and then they go, "Rrr," and they turn into a demon. Well,
Yeah,
that's an demon. Well,
yeah.
That's called an antheodromia in psychology. And so in other words, what happens is like I think it was Freud that said that. So in other words, what happens is like I think it was Freud that said that um, everything that is repressed shall return, right?
Yeah,
Bring it down, you know. So in other words, what I'm saying is because people say, how could they do that to them, you know? So in other words, what I'm saying is because people say, how could they do that to that nice person, that psyche? And so the demons came to get them to respond in an aggressive way. So
yeah. Because
when we get balance, we have to acknowledge our aggression
the
and
the
use it properly.
the nothing that you don't see or your thing goes into the subconscious mind. Everything that ever happens, because you can see things and not pay attention to it. You can watch a movie and not like certain parts, but it still gets stored. And thing that you're seeing, listening to, hearing, tasting, it's going there. And so everything, even the things
And what
that you
came
didn't
first, the
think you
chicken or the
saw.
egg? Like, was we creating it, or was it all we in the creation?
Yeah, all of it,
Your
all
your
of it.
your ego's making the free choice, a blueprint, and the blueprint is just energies that represent the potential of your human self. You know, like we call it warrior, mage, lover, king, which is a whole thing in itself. That's the key. That's the magic key that Jung found, based on the archetypes of history through
Where
all
ego at?
tribes. African African tribes, like what I'm saying is, do rituals and sacrifices the same as the British barbarian tribes. You know, so these forces have a structure. Like the problem they're not telling the people is that we think that the subconscious mind structure,
You know what's
and that's
weird though? Sacrifices, right? We all do our own like type of sacrifices in a way in order to make this